About a month ago, I got invited by Samsung to attend the Unpacked event in Brooklyn, New York, and I got a chance to look at the Note 10, but I was more interested actually in a couple of other items there, specifically the Samsung Galaxy Book S, which I will be reviewing very soon, and of course, the follow-up to one of my favorite tablets of all time, the Samsung Galaxy Tab S4. It's actually the Tab S6, and I had some hands-on time with it at the Unpacked event, but I wanted to get it into the studio to give it my full treatment as I normally do. Hey everybody, it's Andrew, and this is my unboxing and first look at the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. Coming up. Want to see more videos like this? Why not hit that subscribe button and make sure you hit that notification bell. This way you'll be alerted every time I post a new video. Now I know some of you are not getting the notifications despite hitting that notification bell, so make sure you follow me on Twitter and Instagram. I will let you know when I post new videos on those platforms as well. And in the interest of transparency and full disclosure, I am not being paid by Samsung, I'm not being sponsored by Samsung. All the opinions you're about to hear are my own, and no one is seeing this video before its release. Samsung did not provide a review unit, I purchased it with my own money. And with that out of the way, let's find out what you get inside the box. Let's open it up. Lifting the lid, you're greeted by the unit itself, and we'll get to that in just a moment, but you also get your adaptive fast charger as well as a USB-C cable to charge this device. You get a setup guide as well as some safety and warranty information. You get a SIM ejector tool and a new and improved S Pen. We have added functionality this time around. We'll get into that in just a little bit. You also get a tip remover tool and some extra tips for that S Pen. Now, this is not the first time I've held this device. I did attend the Samsung Unpacked event last month, and I have to say it's a very thin and light tablet, but it also has a very premium feel to it. It comes in 3 different colors: cloud blue, rose blush, and what you see here today, mountain gray. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 is powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 855. That's a pretty powerful processor. It's also got 6 GB of RAM with 128 GB of onboard storage. For $80 more, you could bump up the storage to 256 GB. And of course, as we always do, let's take a look at the ports on this device. On the left side is one of 4 speakers. You also get a microphone and a second speaker to round out that left side. Moving over to the right side, you get your third speaker, and then you also get your USB-C port. That's where you're going to charge this device. And finally, your 4th speaker on this device. Now moving over to the top, you get a microSD card reader. That's for storage expansion. You get a second microphone, a volume rocker up and down, and finally the power button. And on the bottom are the connectors for the keyboard case. Now, conspicuously missing, of course, is that headphone jack. You're not going to get one on this device. I know some of you are going to be very disappointed. Now, on the back is a slot where you can charge the pen. Yep, the pen is rechargeable this time around. And they also picked up the keyboard cover. Now, this time around, there are some really good changes, good improvements, in my opinion, with that keyboard cover. Let's start off with the fact that it's more surface-like and the fact that there's 2 detachable parts. This way, you'll have a kickstand on it, and you'll also be able to get the perfect viewing angle. And they've also integrated a touchpad, which worked really well, and I'm happy to see it on this keyboard cover. And the keyboard cover also has a slot for the pen, so you can recharge it while using this keyboard case. And the connection to the keyboard cover is very strong. That's good to see. Now, one thing to keep in mind, this is a rather small keyboard. Remember, this is only a 10.5-inch device, so for touch typists and those who want more spacing on the keyboard, you're not going to get it on this, so that's something to keep in mind. But it was actually okay. I got used to it after a day or so. I got pretty acclimated to the keys. But one thing I really love, and I think is a huge improvement over last year's keyboard case, is the integration of a touchpad. Yes, finally, this is really what I've been waiting for, and now it makes it more of a surface-like device for sure. Now you can do your 2-finger scrolling, you can do certain gestures. This actually worked really well. Of course, one of the best features of the Galaxy Tab S6 is its gorgeous 10.5-inch Super AMOLED display. We've come to expect some excellent displays from Samsung when it comes to these tablets. This is no exception. It gets very bright, it's very vivid, it's really sharp, and it has HDR Plus support, so that means you're going to watch high dynamic range content in all of its glory. Watching things such as Netflix, YouTube, really excellent on this device. You can watch YouTube, of course, in 1440p. It looks really crisp and sharp. Now, I will bring you all the numbers in my full review, but suffice it to say this is one excellent display, and I'm not surprised. They've done an excellent job on these Super AMOLED displays. I would say the bezels are pretty slim, although not the slimmest, but that's because you're going to be using this in tablet mode, and you're going to need a place to hold the tablet, so it makes sense to have somewhat of a bezel. Now, they include the S Pen at no additional cost, which is always good to see, and this time around it is rechargeable and there's a flat surface on it. That's because you're going to recharge it on the device itself, as I showed you earlier. You now have the ability to pause and play music with the press of a button on the S Pen. You could also take a selfie, snap a photo, and many other things that have been added to this new and improved S Pen. I'll go over that in more detail in my full review. But for those who don't care about those gimmicky features, they just want to use it to take notes and sketch out artwork, I am happy to report it does work really well, as we've come to expect. The Tab S6 supports face recognition, and it also has an in-screen fingerprint reader. I'll go over those in detail in the full review. And once again, Samsung's hit a home run when it comes to those quad speakers. Full rich sound fills up the room really nicely. Overall, excellent job once again. The Samsung Galaxy Tab S6 is running Android 9 Pie, and it also has the One UI skin from Samsung. We know this is a much more streamlined skin than, say, TouchWiz from years back. We saw it really doing well on the Tab S5e, and it's doing well here on the Tab S6. Very fluid, very snappy OS, not too much bloatware, and you gotta love that. And of course, it has the Dex Mode. If you want to get productivity work done, if you want to have a more Windows-like experience, that's where the Dex Mode comes in. Here you see it with my monitor. You can connect to an external mouse or keyboard, a Bluetooth mouse or keyboard, and it worked really well. As far as the Dex Mode is concerned, I think it's a great alternative to Windows, and it makes you more productive if you want to do some things such as Microsoft Office, multitasking with multiple windows. Again, gives you that more Windows-like experience. Now, when it comes to the cameras, pretty much the same setup as the Tab S5e, and that's a good thing because those are some of the best cameras on a tablet I've seen to date. This is no exception. They've done an outstanding job. Now, of course, I'm here in Las Vegas. The lighting was very good. It was a sunny day. I will take it out at nighttime or in dusk. I want to see how it does in low light situations. I've only had it for about 24 hours and I really haven't had a chance to test out the low light performance. But so far, daylight performance has done a really good job. And you can shoot 4K video 30 frames per second, and the image stabilization seemed really good. Now check it out. So this is the 4K video 30 frames per second on the Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. I am now walking to see how the stabilization is on this tablet. So this is the front-facing camera on the new Galaxy Tab S6 from Samsung, 1080p. I want to know what you think about it. Let me know in the comment section below. I actually think it's really good. I think these are some of the best cameras we've seen on the tablets, pretty much on par with what we saw with the Tab S5e. Again, I want to know what you think. Let me know in the comment section below. And if you need to take a selfie, the live focus worked really well, much like it did on the Tab S5e. Same cameras here, same results, really good job. Okay, so far so good, ladies and gentlemen. I think they have a winner on their hands. I think Samsung's hit a home run. Of course, I will do my final testing and come to you with my full review very soon. I do like its stunning Super AMOLED display. I like its improved keyboard cover with the integrated touchpad. Overall, good performance so far with that Snapdragon 855. Really powerful quad speakers. I'm expecting 10 plus hours of battery life, and so far that's living up to those expectations. I love that integrated S Pen charging that we now get, and I love that increased functionality with that S Pen. We'll go over that in my full review, and I love the excellent cameras, some of the best we've ever seen on a tablet. Of course, course, there are a couple of negatives, and those really jump out are the fact that there's no headphone jack, and I know a lot of you are going to be disappointed about that. And also the keyboard is a bit cramped and has no backlight. But there are no deal breakers so far, but stay tuned. My full review will give you everything you need to know about the new Samsung Galaxy Tab S6. Don't forget, that's coming very soon. So what do you think about this bad boy, the all-new Tab S6 from Samsung? It's a really, really good improvement over the S4 of last year. It's very similar in a lot of ways to the Tab S5e, which I looked at a couple of months back. So if you need the S Pen support, this is definitely a worthwhile upgrade. Now, I'm going to put it through its full treatment as I normally do. I will test the battery life, the performance. I'll test the front and rear cameras. I'll do everything I normally do. But my first impressions of it so far are really good. I really love the improved keyboard case. I think it's definitely a worthwhile investment, especially if you want to get productivity work done with it, especially if you use it in the Dex mode. And I love the improved functionality of the S Pen. Now, I love the fact that the pen now is rechargeable and you have some added functionality. Much like the Note line, you can take selfies with the press of the button, a whole bunch of other things. And I like that improved performance out of this S Pen. And I love this improved case, as I stated, because now you can store the pen in here, you can charge it, you don't have to worry about some dongle hanging off of it. It really is a much better solution. Love the kickstand on it, very surface-like kickstand, really good, gives you a really good viewing angle each and every time, very sturdy hinge as well. Now, there's no backlight on the keyboard. Kind of wish they did that on this iteration. But again, this is a very nice upgrade from last year's keyboard case. Now, the other thing you have to keep in mind, this is a 10.5-inch device, so you're going to have the cramped keyboard. Not the greatest for touch typing, but definitely great for banging out an email here and there. It definitely can get the job done. Now, as far as the display is concerned, that gorgeous 10.5-inch Super AMOLED display, it is simply stunning once again. I absolutely love it. There's not much difference between this display and the one we saw at the Tab 5 SE a couple of months back. This one doesn't seem to get quite as bright for whatever reason, but it's still bright and sharp and crisp, especially what we've come to expect with those Super AMOLED displays. It's an HDR10 Plus display, so watching high dynamic range content on this is simply spectacular. I really like it, but it's not cheap. It starts at $649 and can go up from there. Obviously, the keyboard is an additional price you have to pay, although they are charging half price right now, running a sale with that keyboard case, so you can get it for half price over at Best Buy. I think Samsung's running it as well. And then Best Buy is also running a special promotion where not only is the case 50% off, but you also get a $50 gift card to Best Buy. So that's pretty good. So I'm really impressed. I look forward to putting it through its paces over the next week or so to bring you my full review. I expect 10 plus hours in battery life with that 7,040 milliamp hour battery. I'm expecting really good performance out of that Snapdragon 855 processor. So we got a lot to talk about on this. Stay tuned, that full review is coming up very soon. So please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in that comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll do my best to try to make that happen. Don't forget to check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and of course my website, AMDtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMD Tech. See ya.